Let's begin by imagining two scenarios. In the first, let's suppose a person and let's call him Mark visits a restaurant he has been frequent at for dinner with his family. As Mark and his family enters the restaurant, the doorman greets them. Once inside, the manager, whose name is, let's say, John, shows Mark to his reserved table. Mark does not respond to either of them because who cares? Once he's seated, he realizes the service is not as prompt as expected. He calls for John and says, "This kind of sloppy service is not what I expect. I demand a better service." The manager takes a note and leaves. Once the food arrives, Mark realizes, aha, the food is not that bad. It's good actually. Well, at least something is good here, he thinks. Enjoys the rest of the evening with family and then leaves. And now let's look at second scenario. This other guy, let's call him Robert, goes to the same restaurant, is greeted by doorman as he enters. He smiles back and acknowledges. As he enters, John shows him to his reserved table. Robert replies back, "How are you, John?" Once seated, he realizes the service is not as prompt as it used to be earlier. So he calls for John and tells him, "Hey John, I noticed the service is not that prompt as it used to be. That's unusual for this place. Any challenges in particular that you are facing?" John responds back that he is short of staff, to which Robert replies, "I understand, but I'm sure you noticed a prompter service will mean greater turnaround, leading to lesser wait time, and hence your waiters will make much more in the form of tips. This will increase their overall commission and is good for your business and customers too. Do you think you can motivate your staff with this thought to put in some extra work for better pay?" John is surprised. Why did this simple thought not occur to him? He thanks Robert for his advice, makes a sincere promise to implement the strategy, as the suggestion sounds a win-win solution. Once the meal arrives, the family realizes the food is amazing. So Robert calls for the chef and compliments him for the amazing food that made his family's evening more enjoyable. Now viewers, a question for you. Out of Mark and Robert, who do you think will be able to influence people more? Whether it is for selling something, a product or a service, or for cracking an interview? It's a no-brainer, right? Robert is our winner through and through. So the three important learnings from the above example and from the book is: be lavish with your sincere praise and curtail criticism. Human beings are wired to be more emotional than rational. Hence, everybody loves a sincere praise. So practice noticing good things around you and be generous with your praises. The second learning from this book is to make the other person feel important. Simple way of doing it is by remembering first names or simply remembering to smile and greet when you meet someone. The third important learning is to think from other person's point of view along with yourself to create a win-win situation. You saw how Robert was able to make John realize how good service is a win-win for both of them. This is also one of the 7 habits of highly effective people highlighted by Stephen Covey in his book. Now, for thinking from other person's point of view, the author gives another great example which is mentioned in the book. Let's suppose our dear guy Mark likes eating grapes. On a fine Saturday morning, he decides to go fishing and he tries to bait fish with grapes. Well, he likes them, so fishes are ought to like it too. You see the obvious mistake here, right? But we don't realize this when we make the same mistake in dealing with people. If you want results, always remember to bait the hook to suit the fish. Learn to think in terms of what other person want. Now, for example, I want my channel to have 2000 subscribers. For that, I need to think, how can I add more value to the viewers? And if you think my channel is adding value, do subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, do comment on how I can improve my videos. 2 other important learnings on dealing with people can be understood with following example. Author cites example of a teller named James at a bank in New York City who faced a difficult potential customer. The customer wanted to open an account with bank. James handed him the regular account opening form. While the client was okay to fill up most information, he was not willing to provide all information needed, as he felt the same was personal and not to be shared with bank. Now, one obvious option that James had was to get into an argument with the client, which would naturally lead to disagreement and probably loss of potential customer. James instead used the yes technique, which involved trying to get the client to agree with yeses at the outset. So James asked the client, "Sir, would you like the bank to offer you a prompt service?" "Why, yes, obviously," the client replied. James went on, "Sir, in the unfortunate event of your death with money still in your account, would you not want bank to transfer this money to your kin in a hassle-free manner?" "Of course I would want that," replied the client. softly, as he also started to understand the point James was making. Not only did the client happily provided the rest of the information, he went back as a happy client as he understood that the information required was more for the client and less for the bank. The two important learnings from the above example of how James handled the client is: first, never get into an argument as it helps no one. You might feel victorious in the short run, but no one has ever won a sale, an order, or a friend with an argument. Arguing always makes you lose out in the long run. And the second learning is, get the other person to say yes, yes at the outset. On doing so, you get him to be in a positive mindset, and switching from positivity to negativity is difficult, and hence your chances of getting desired results go up manifold. Now friends, I hope these 5 learnings will help you crack any interview, help you handle any difficult situation or people, to help you lead a much more fulfilled life. If you like my work, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to the channel and let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. Thank you and stay tuned to Life Simplified.